Hey everyone, my name is Michael Muldrow, the Commissioner of the York City Police Department, and I'm here today to speak to the obvious questions and concerns my community has right now. At times like these, I'm constantly reminded of what my closest mentors always told me: just do the right thing. So I'm stepping out on faith with this. In an effort to do just that, stick to my word, be accountable for anything and everything that happens in my building under my watch, and do what I need to do to always keep my community informed. With that said, I'd like to start by providing everyone with an update on this heart-wrenching situation. So just to recap, on April 16th, we were alerted to the off-duty issue and investigation involving the individual, one of our probationary police officers. At that time, we were given only brief information about the circumstances, as it happened out of the area and another agency was in the process of investigating it. Per departmental protocol, he was immediately suspended that same day as we awaited further details. We were later notified that the individual was in fact being charged with the numerous serious offenses you no doubt have seen or read about. At which time, on the following morning of April 17th, his suspension status was transitioned to unpaid. Now armed with more details, the circumstances, to include the allegations, the charging documents, and his status being probationary or new, were internally reviewed at greater length. And I subsequently made the recommendation or request to city government leaders asking that the individual be let go. Now, on 4/18, after consultation with HR and legal counsel, the decision was made to begin moving forward with the city's understandably lengthy employee termination process. Noting, I say understandably, as being a government agency, it provides due process for all employees and ultimately sends the decisions to the mayor and before city council before they become final. The process was then initiated and the individual was notified of our intent. On 4/19, the individual contacted the department and decided to resign. We then took all necessary steps to finalize his departure, and I ordered my people to proceed with the appropriate state level notifications and reporting in order to trigger potential Act 57 reviews through MOPEC, the PA Municipal Police Officers Education and Training Commission, as the entity that oversees our certifications as police officers. With myself and so many of us still reeling and wondering, like many of you, how individuals with bad intentions can slip through the cracks into departments undetected, I turned my attention inward, and we once again began reviewing our processes and screening steps, to include written tests, rigorous HR screening, clearance checks, questioning by an outside company contracted to perform our interview panels, the department's very in-depth background investigation, lie detection testing, psychological examining, time spent around other objective law enforcement professionals during the police academy, a 20-week one-on-one field training period thereafter, then a learned reliance on an extensive standard operating procedure where things like personal ethics and professional conduct are covered at length, and subsequent checks and balances throughout. And after all that, we were at a loss, as no profession seemingly does more than police to try to identify the proclivities, probabilities, and propensity for misuse, abuse, and the evils that men do. And while it's a hard pill to swallow, we had to recognize at the end of the day, you just never truly know what's in the hearts and minds of people. You just try your best to catch it before, keep an open mind and a vigilant eye during, and be ready and willing to take action after, when and if all your effort and your process doesn't prevent the unthinkable. But even having said that, I just want everyone to know we're still looking at ways and opportunities to follow up and better the process. As I've begun arranging to bring in an outside industry expert to work with us and review our vetting standards in an effort to ensure our process is really as thorough as possible. But even still, as a father, as a grandfather, as a person who's dedicated most of his professional life, over 24 years, to wearing this badge, serving and protecting kids, families, my schools, and this community, my heart still breaks when things like this occur. And I understand how everyone feels right now. I just thank God for those daycare employees, those mandatory reporters who were vigilant, stepping in and getting her little soul some help. And I know I'm not alone or the only one who feels that way. So listen, at the end of the day, I'd like to sit here and tell you my personal feelings about all this. But I know it's not my job nor my place to determine or say whether people are guilty. I choose to trust the system, trust the process, and leave that up to the judge and to God to figure out and deal with. But on behalf of myself and all the great men and women who work here and beyond, I just want to say, let it not be lost on people that every day, thousands of us, law enforcement professionals, work with, coach, cheer on, and care for young people and children throughout our communities without ever hurting or taking advantage. But in the same breath, I absolutely offer you no excuses for the ones that do. And I just want to say, I'm sorry. Because I'm not going to allow people, traditional practices, or even my pride to get in the way of making sure I just do the right thing. So with all that said at this point, I'm just continuing to focus on praying for that baby, standing tall for my community, getting better, and being here in support of all of the great men and women who proudly put on a badge, go to work every day, and do the right thing in and out of uniform as we all get through this trying situation together and continue the great works we've started here in York. So as always, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your faith in me, your understanding and continued support. And I appreciate you.